Hey everyone, it's Cinnamon. This week I'll be tackling Zul'Gurub. The notable items from this instance are the Raptor mount from Bloodlord Bandicure and the Kitty mount from High Priestess Kilnera. So first up is High Priest Vinoxus. This fight involves a lot of movement and being aware of what is around you. The boss will periodically cast Whispers of Hethys. This needs to be interrupted as often as possible, and you may also feign death to avoid the cast should you need to. If you'd like to go for the achievement on this fight, I'd suggest you stay out of all green that appears on the ground, and to avoid his Blood Venom spell that he will cast at the end of his snake phase. Next up is Bloodlord Bandicure. For this fight you want to pull out your snake trap and place it directly on the boss, causing it to break. This is so that when he charges you, he will have something to target during the time that your pet is dismissed. This will give you just enough time so that you can accept the resurrection from the spirit and continue the fight normally. For subsequent snake traps, you'll want to place them right after you kill the raptor. That way, once he charges you for every time afterwards, there will be plenty of snakes remaining during the time you are down. Moving on to High Priestess Kilnera. This fight is pretty straightforward. It's mainly just a take and smake. The only thing you need to watch out for is her giant purple wave, which can be easily avoided. At 50%, she will tell all of her remaining cats that are sleeping to attack you, and at this point, if the boss is standing directly in the middle of the room and your pet is not within cleaving range of them, they should all come straight to you, and you can simply feign death and they will all go right back to sleeping. Fourth on the list is Zanzil. This fight is extremely easy. There's not a whole lot to it. You'll have a red pot, a green pot, and a blue pot, which we'll use for various things based on whatever pops up on the screen. For the zombies, you'll want to get the red pot and stack on the boss and let the zombies come to you and just AoE all of them down. The only thing you need to actually watch out for is Zanzil's lines of fire, which do actually hit for quite a bit. Other than that, the blue pot will be used for the Berserker, which you'll want to take and then immediately cast a direct spell at him, or an instant of some sort. The green pot will be used for when he casts the giant poison cloud, which covers the entire room. On to the final boss of Zul'Gurub, Jindo the Godbreaker. He has two phases, the first being up until 70%. He will only do one thing, which is cast green bubbles, which will completely negate magic damage for the most part. You'll want to tell your pet to move out of them, so that way your shots will not be absorbed but you will want to move into him so that should he cast his lightning and it bounce off your pet, you will not take any damage whatsoever. If you like the macro I used for this, it's /pet move to with no spaces. For phase 2, you want to tell your pet to stand in the middle of the room on passive, and you want to misdirect one of the Gurubashi spirits to it, and wait for it to pounce on you, which will be indicated by a arrow above your head. When you get the arrow, you want to stand on one of the 3 ends of the chains with the bubble on it, so that way when he pounces you, it will break. Once he does 1 pounce, go ahead and kill it, so that way he does not further empower himself, as he will gain a stacking buff the more he hits your pet. And that about does it for this week's Going Solo. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. And as you can tell at the end, I for some reason did not get loot, because it seems that Jindo the Broken is actually broken. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.